I hope you're having a great Sunday. I hope your Sunday is peaceful. Today I want to talk about the power of acceptance. We keep reading about this all the time. We keep hearing about it. But if you are willing to dive deeper into the subject of acceptance, it can change your life instantly. A lot of things in life can't change instantly. But when we practice the power of acceptance right now, your health, parts of your life, your relationship, everything can change instantly. You see, our biggest obstacle is resistance. Mostly no one has stress. We only have something, someone, or a particular event that we're resisting. And it's in that resistance that we find turmoil, we find chaos, we find stress, we find unhappiness. It's in that resistance. Now, when I talk about acceptance, I'm going to leave you with a very simple exercise that you can practice today. It's worked beautifully for thousands of our patients around the world. It's worked for me. So there's no harm trying it. If you do it the right way, it's going to work for you. If you don't do it, it's not going to work for you. Everyone has a choice. What we need to understand, acceptance. Most people don't want to practice acceptance because they say, why should I become a doormat? Why should people walk over me? Acceptance isn't about you becoming a doormat. In fact, acceptance is a particular strength that you develop. It's not you throwing in the towel, becoming a doormat, putting yourself down and letting people walk over you. It's absolutely not even close to that. Acceptance is when you realize that a particular person, a thing, or an event is no longer serving you, or you need to take a particular action, like letting go or accept the person or the thing or the event in your life without any judgment, without any emotions. So it's not like you become a doormat. It's not like you say, okay, I accept all the emotional abuse and physical abuse in my relationship and you keep quiet about it. No, it's absolutely not that. So like I said, right now, everyone in the audience, if you are stressed about something and you think about it right now, there are only two words that can get you out of the situation: acceptance or letting go. Both of them are a choice. Both of them require strength. They're easy to say, difficult to do. But difficult doesn't mean impossible. Or you can go into the other side, where you get all the complicated theories of how to handle life, how to handle relationships, how to handle different things. But you will find just by dropping or letting go of resistance, you will find solutions and peace on the other side. Because it all starts with changing our perception. Everyone is not supposed to love us. We're not supposed to love everyone. Every job doesn't have to be the best job. Every job doesn't mean you have to get promoted. Every relationship doesn't have to work out. We can intend for it to work out, but it doesn't have to. Your kids don't have to be good every single day. Some days they'll be good, some days they'll be bad. The same like you. You're not your best every day. You're not good all the time. You do bad things as well. The point is a perception change. Non-acceptance comes from a point of wanting to be in control all the time. You want to be in control of even the uncontrollable. And that's why you find it difficult to accept or let go. The second biggest obstacle to acceptance, a lot of people say, Luke, it's so difficult. It is, because the ego comes in between. Now, that's not a bad thing, but the ego isn't real. For example, someone betrayed you, someone left you, disappointed, you worked really hard, but you didn't get that promotion at work, and you feel let down, okay? And you'll say, like, why should I accept it? I worked hard. Why should I accept it? I gave my best to the relationship. Why should I accept this disease? I walked every day, I lifted weights, I ate clean. Why should I accept it? Well, you should, because first the ego wants you to be right, but that's your false self. Now, once you go through that point of denial, you go through that anger, you go through a little bit of depression and guilt, you finally have to reach the stage of acceptance if you want change in your life. For everyone who's stuck in disease, not stuck in disease, who's still in denial or stuck in a broken relationship or stuck, it's because you've not yet reached a point of acceptance. Only when you reach the point of acceptance is action. You are never taking action when you're in denial. You're never taking action when you're in non-acceptance. You're never taking action when you're in anger. You're just reacting to emotions. You're responding to emotions. It comes out in turmoil and emotional chaos. But once you reach acceptance, freedom is on the other side. Maybe not easy, but it is on the other side because you have the possibility to take action. And when you take action, you are going to get a result. Whether that result is in your favor or not, we don't know. But any action means there is going to be a change. You're anxious right now and you go on thinking, but you don't take action. You're stuck in the same place, the anxiety grows more and more. But you take the first step of action, whether it's big or small, you move, which means there can be a different result. So what's the simple exercise that I'm talking about? Sit down comfortably today. Okay, have a cup of coffee, tea, whatever you want. Take out your notepad and pen. Okay, start making a list without judging of everything that you find difficult to accept. Whether it's traffic, whether it's the way society is, whether it's a particular person in your life, whether it's something that someone said to you, just make a list of that. Put a name at the side if there is a name at the side. Okay, like you can't accept a person because he or she is egoistic, he or she hurt you, he or she doesn't treat you right. Write down the name of the person or the name of the event and the reason. Now the next part of the exercise is, what must you accept in these people to make it better? Number 2, what is the worst thing that can happen if you accept this person for who they are, or this event for what it is, or this traffic for what it is? How's your life going to change? Or what's the worst that can happen if you don't accept, if you choose to let go? Write it down. Most people's fears grow in their mind, but when you write it down, what is the worst that can happen? Write it down. What is the worst that can happen if I accept this person or I let go of this person? Write it down. You're not judging. You're not making a decision. You are only reflecting and you are only writing. The third point after that is, what is stopping you from accepting this particular person, this particular thing? Is it that you're comparing your life with too much and all of a sudden you seem you're inadequate? Okay? Do you feel that you're so perfect that nothing can ever happen to you, that you can never fall sick, that you can never be betrayed, that you may never get the promotion? Are you coming from a space of entitlement? It's a difficult exercise to do because we'll find out things about ourselves that we don't like. And the reason that most people don't like to do self-work is because they find out bitter, ugly truths about themselves. When you do this exercise, now you have clarity. You don't have to make a decision. You at least have a clarity that, hey, if I learn to accept this, my life can be better. Like you're living in a city, example, Mumbai, there's traffic every day. Every day you're going to battle that traffic emotionally. Accept it, that it has traffic. There is traffic. So how can I use my time better when I'm stuck in traffic? Rather than resisting it every day, coming home angry, going or reaching work angry, you can accept it. Or you can make a decision, leave the city. You have a choice. The point is, what are you making? Or you're in a relationship that's not serving you well. Okay, you have a choice. Let go, it may not be too easy, or accept certain things. Look at what's going well and what's not going well. Weigh the pros and cons. Make a decision that comes from your gut instinct, not from your friends' opinions, not from the opinions of social media, not from the opinions of experts out there. This is your life. You can take help, but finally, you need to make the decision. You cannot outsource the responsibility of making a decision to someone else because you're afraid that you will fail and make the wrong decision. So that's the next thing you do. Find out everything that you're resisting in your life today that is causing you stress or robbing you of your peace. What are the things that you need to change? What or whom do you need to accept or let go? Because there is one thing I can tell you. There is peace in acceptance. Accept that there is imperfection. Accept that there is no perfection. No matter who told you what, no matter what the ideals of society try to project to you that everything is perfect, because it isn't perfect. Nature isn't perfect. You are a product of nature. You can never be perfect. So learn to accept imperfection. Learn to accept uncertainty. No matter how much you plan your life, your wealth, your health, things can go wrong. There is a saying in Africa that I learned from the Maasai tribe. You never know what's going to happen in the next 1 minute. Live like that. You don't have to live in fear. You live with wonder and you live with awe. But you start minimizing stress, because when we try to think that we're in control and everything should be certain, what happens when we move to uncertainty? We crumble, we crash, we get angry, we start to blame and project our negative emotions on everyone around us. So accept the uncontrollable. Mostly everything around you is uncontrollable. You don't know how your spouse is going to behave tomorrow. You don't know how your kid is going to behave tomorrow. You don't know how the nature of your job is going to be. You don't know how the stock market's going to be. You don't even know how you're going to be tomorrow, how your heart might be, how your change in emotions might be. So stop living like that. Know that it can all change. But that's the pessimistic attitude. The optimistic attitude is do your best. Be your best. Be open to understanding. Be open to acceptance. Most people stressed out there are trying to control the uncontrollable. And then you say, oh, but I gave so much, I didn't get. That's expectation. You're bound to fail from the moment you started leading with expectation. Okay? I did so much, so I expect so much. Life isn't like that. Yes, we reap what we sow. Okay? But we don't have to get it. We don't have to live with that sense of entitlement. That is your biggest misery. Because no matter whether you're a billionaire, a millionaire, or you don't have much, okay, uncertainty is for everyone. Not even the richest people in the world can control the uncontrollable. Not even the most spiritual people in the world can control the uncontrollable. But the people who master acceptance are the most fulfilled people. I will not say happy, because there's a big difference between the word happiness and fulfillment. Happiness, you can keep chasing it and never be happy. Fulfilled, you can have a little, and it's how you feel about it. You can feel fulfilled and ecstatic. The point is, acceptance is such a powerful word, and that's your simple Sunday exercise. Until you write it down, you will never know. And you will operate from a space of ego. All of us have an ego. I have an ego. Everyone has an ego. But when that ego starts to control us, that's where we have all the pain, the suffering, the expectation, the entitlement, the pride, and everything else. We're constantly battling with the ego. With mindfulness, yeah, we can feel, oh, that was my ego. Now, who's me? How am I really feeling? What are the decisions I need to make right now? That is the power of acceptance. And like I said, you may be a patient out there right now. If you've not reached acceptance, you cannot get better. You may be stuck in a relationship. If you haven't reached acceptance, you will take actions or no action based on fear and insecurity. And every action based on fear or taken with fear and insecurity is always going to be the wrong action. It's always going to be the wrong behavior. The power of acceptance, that's the only little thing that you really need to learn. Accept the dark in you, accept the good in you. Where you can change. Understand that darkness and light exists in everyone. Spiritual leaders, the most famous people, the richest people, beautiful people, people who may not look so great, it exists in everyone. Good and evil. You cannot pretend that it doesn't exist. Be enlightened. A lot of people want enlightenment at a different level that is preached by the spiritual books. The first point of enlightenment is understanding and accepting you have good and you have evil. And now because you're enlightened about that fact, you know how to channel your actions and behavior. Not hide behind it, not build facades and pretend and try and struggle to be good. You know how to channel. You know how to channel the dark in your life into something productive. You know how to tame it if it's getting out of control. And that is the first step of enlightenment. Practice the power of acceptance. It will change your life. But if you haven't reached acceptance and you're still in denial, anger, depression, hurt, and guilt, guess what? Those are the same emotions you are going to feel every day. And those emotions are going to dictate your behavior, which is not going to be the right behavior for you or for the people around you. But when you reach acceptance, because you've surrendered, now the only thing that you can take is action. And you have the choice. You can take help to make those actions. You can take therapy to help you take those actions, to find the strength to. But the moment you take action, that is the time your life or your health starts to change. Have a great Sunday, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, breathe deep. And remember, you care is all about you.